But I was disfellowshipped for a decade if I would have just known to stay out. But I didn't know it was wrong yet. I just knew that if it was right, I wanted to be back in. I wanted to do the right thing. And that's what my son feels now. And I can't talk to him about it. He don't want to hear it. They can't see the truth until it hits them in the face, like me. I kept getting hints for the last year, little things. Just like I go back before I found the truth when I was 12 and 18 and 19 and 20, little instances that came around of, oh, I met somebody here, oh, I met him here, oh, I saw him here, and this was said here. And then when they came to the door, I had little glimpses that made my mind available. Well, now in the last year, I've had little glimpses that have opened my mind to things, and that's what we can do to others, is through little thoughts, little questions, like all the advice on the YouTubes, is just make things say is, oh my, did you know about this? Oh, what do you think of that? And then make them look into it themselves. Because otherwise they're not going to learn. They're going to reject the messenger instead of the message. Well, I'm trying this. I don't know if this is what I should be doing. I tried to fade, and now I know I've made my stand. I didn't go to the memorial. I didn't go to the special talk the week before. Haven't been to meetings since Christmas. And I was working all the time. And Saturday is the assembly, and I don't want anything to do with this. There's another Bethel trip going this summer, and I'm not going to go to the convention. My normal life, and my sister and other people and my relatives, extended family, I'll say, well, just don't do it anymore. Find another church to go to. They just don't get it. It's not just going to a church. It's not just going and finding another church. Then you go step in the building and you feel like you're going to get a lightning strike in you. You feel like there's pagan things all around you. And then there's idols. And then they're doing chants. And they're Trinity in front of you. And the soul and you're going to heaven and the spirit and all the things that are so different. And people in the world don't get it because nobody is like us. I don't think there's nobody like us. I haven't found many religions that are even quite similar, with even a point or two. So, the life after death is a big deal, to know that you just die. And I don't know if I disagree with that. But I hear a whole bunch of the ones that leave the truth do. They start either going over and proving the Bible in a different way, that Jesus is God, and that there is life after death, and it is heaven, and there is a soul, and all this. Or they become all pagan and say there's no God at all, and this is all just by chance. Well, neither of those seem to be quite logical yet. I can't say I'm not open to it, but yet I'm not ready for any of that. So right now, it's still trauma, and it takes months. I know it does. And I want a support group. I want people local in the Midwest, where I'm at in Indiana. So if there's somebody in Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, anywhere around, I know there's a map somewhere. I saw it once and it was late and I didn't write it down, but there's a map where you can put yourself on it and find one another. I found a girl at Connorsville, and I found a girl in Indianapolis, and I found somebody at New Albany, and I know there's a few around Chicago, Cincinnati. So we could get together and be able to talk. Most of the ones that I've met that I know are out of the truth are still in the truth mentally. They're just out. So they don't relate. It's a totally different background. It's like the difference between the ones that grew up in the truth that were brainwashed and never had a chance, they have somebody to blame. But those that came in off the street, like us, that learned as a young adult, the prime of life when you're thinking and growing and expanding and questioning, but yet you're in a vulnerability. You've got something to make you be weak and beggarly, so you're a prime candidate for the witnesses to come grab you and start a study and make you challenge things. And then, like they said, through the truth book and the Bible teach book and the live forever book and the knowledge book, you've given away everything by the time you get to the end of the book. They are perfect at their publishing company ability to write their books in a cult fashion to pull you out of the world and make you want it. By the time it happens, you're proud to do it. Oh, it's so sad. And it does make you angry. But I haven't held the anger. I don't know if I will get more, but right now, I'm just trying to prove it to myself and know that most of everybody in it is innocent. They don't mean they believe it. They're sucked in just like we were. And whoever didn't know is probably the Rutherfords and the ones in the background and the ones that kicked out Ray Franz and all the issues. And they're honestly trying to prevent what they think the Bible says, that the apostasy would come and all that. So they probably don't mean to be doing what they're doing, and now they're just trying to prevent casualties. And they're trying to protect their brothers, you know, the ones that they're trying to forgive, and all this by not giving the list out. And I understand a lot of it, but it's a shame because it's not God's organization. It's not the truth. I don't know what's wrong yet, but I do know those facts, and I can't stand for not doing the right thing. It's like Popeye says, I can't stand no more, I can't stand no more, and I can't stand for the false. It's got to be right. I can't even remember what Popeye says now. But hope you don't dislike what I got to say. There's a lot more to say, but I just wanted to try this. And Hannah Beth, with her crying on her first one, helped me so much. And then Pedro from Bethel, my friend, and some of the ones, the young boy, I can't think of his name, that went to chase his mom and got rejected. That kills me. My son is mad at me because he wants back in and he doesn't want to hear it. I understand. I raised him to believe it. His dad's an elder that I left. And my last husband's dead. Died in the truth. So I didn't even get to tell him or have him see it before he was gone. He didn't question by the time he died. It was a little bit ago. We didn't widen ourselves out enough to question. So, talk to you again later. I will try. I'm really not looking very good because I feel bad. The stress is heavy. It's a mental illness you go through. And you just keep holding on and praying that you get to the other side, no matter how long it takes.